What's up, y'all? Josh Dobbs, honored to be in Minnesota. Introduce myself to everyone.
This was after Josh Dobbs put on one of the most improbable performances I've ever seen. But to totally understand what happened here, you need to rewind the story a bit. Josh Dobbs was traded to the Cardinals before the season from the Cleveland Browns. He was named the starter of the Cardinals before the season, who I want to remind you are terrible, and somehow found a way to win the game there against the Cowboys. Put up pretty good numbers throughout the year, but lost a bunch of games unfortunately because he's on the Cardinals. Then he was set to play the Browns, the team that traded him to the Cardinals, the week of the trade deadline. And the weekend before the trade deadline, Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles, so the Vikings were in need of a quarterback. And with the news of Kyler Murray coming back to play for the Cardinals, Josh Dobbs' time with the Cardinals was up. Ultimately, after the Vikings shopped around a bit, they ended up with Josh Dobbs.
Man, the complex is awesome. This whole setup. I haven't seen much outside of Viking Lakes out here thus far. I probably won't see much outside of Viking Lakes for the foreseeable future.
And he would explain the whirlwind of being traded mid-season.
Yeah, it's always unique when it happens, especially in the middle of the year. Just, kind of uprooting, moving across the country, especially twice in the last 4 months, but sometimes it's just part of your journey. Was I surprised he could call? Yeah, it caught me off guard, honestly. After the game, first announced I was starting, for the Cardinals in Cleveland this upcoming week. And the next, 36 hours were a little crazy after that. I was surprised, but at this point of my career, my journeyman, you're not too surprised about anything happening, right? Like anything can go on any given day, especially when you're coming down the trade deadline. So I just proceeded with an open mind. Got the call. Was excited to get the call from the Vikings, and was excited to make my way up north in the desert and get to work.
This was on Wednesday, November 1st, which was his first day with the Vikings. And obviously, he wasn't going to play because that would be insane, and it takes quarterbacks weeks and months to learn the playbook, right? Well, the injury bug had other plans. He was forced to suit up in a game 4 days later against the Falcons that had the Falcons licking their chops, let me tell you. Dobbs literally didn't know the plays and needed to work on cadence on the sidelines. Cadence. For people who don't know what that means, it literally is the first thing a quarterback learns in a system. It's basically the timing of where and when the center snaps the ball to the quarterback. And somehow, he goes out there, throws for 150 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, and 101 passer rating, with one of those touchdown passes defeating the Falcons on a game-winning drive. Are you kidding me? This man has the same exact amount of wins this season as Mac Jones. It's absolutely insane he's able to will through these wins just off of his pure ability. Or is it more than that?
I know he's very, very smart, but I can tell you that what he was able to do in really 5 days' time was as impressive of what I've seen a quarterback do to come here against that defense and find a way.
Josh Dobbs is really smart. No, like really smart. Like so smart that he's actually a scientist. No, really. Josh Dobbs studied literal rocket science.
What's up? I'm Joshua Dobbs. You've probably seen me as an NFL quarterback. I'm also an aerospace engineer, aka rocket scientist. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been interning here at NASA, here at Kennedy Space Center.
Josh majored in aerospace engineering and finished college with a 4.0 grade average. But he believes it may have actually helped him become the football player he is today.
We're not out there doing engineering equations on the field, but the study habits, definitely, for sure. Like I've had to cram for a lot of engineering tests because I procrastinated a little bit in college. So this is very similar to that, where you're cramming a lot of information. I'm having to study it, but also, and not just study it just to memorize it, study it to actually go out and execute a plan. There's two different things. Like, I can tell you something and you can just spit it back to me, or like I can tell you and then you actually have to go act on that information that's been given.
In Josh Dobbs' career, he has played for 7 different teams in a 6-year span, which includes the Steelers, Jaguars, Browns, Lions, Titans, Cardinals, and now the Vikings. Josh would explain what it was like to hear his name called after the rookie quarterback Jaron Hall goes down 4 days after he got there.
First it was, Jaron, get up. I hope he's okay. Then it was, you know, hey, like if you're playing, you got to go out there and play. Like team still expects you to go out and win and play good football. You know, in this league, man, there's never an excuse for your circumstance. People don't really care about your circumstance. They just want to see you succeed given the circumstance you're given. So when they said it was your ball, my job was just go out there and play good football, the same football I know how to do and been playing all year.
The moral of the story is that, is he a starting quarterback? No, probably not. Does he have a place in the league? Yes, absolutely. At the end of the day, if you put your mind to something and work hard at it and keep fighting for it, crazy things might happen. And if this man doesn't win one more game for the rest of his life, I am still going to be an absolutely massive fan. You just love to see underdog stories. That's it, y'all. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, obviously subscribe, and most importantly, share this to a family or friend. Odds are, if you like this video, they will too. And until the next video, talk to you guys soon.